Baton Rouge.
What the hell's going on out here?
Now, here's Jimmy Ott and Charles Hannegriff.
Yeah, for some reason or another, you sound a little taller on radio.
Is it live? Is it live?
From Doe's Eat Place on Government Street in Mid-City, welcome to the Tuesday edition, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Charles Hannegriff along with Jimmy Ott. Jordan Kinch is back in the studio. Our last show before the Christmas break, so
Ho, Hanny.
You're finishing up some Christmas shopping. Get your Christmas shopping done, Jimmy. You give me something nice.
I don't Christmas shop.
You know?
No.
You're a point and click guy. Point, click, and deliver.
No.
You just don't buy anything for anybody.
No. I just give my son cash.
Wow. Okay. Well, convenient. I take cash also, by the way.
Oh, you do?
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
I got you. Checks in the mail.
Okay. I'll get you I'll get you the matching. Last year I got you the dark navy type
No
shirt.
decorations.
We'll get you a white
tree.
one.
No,
Right.
I'm not into the commercialism of Christmas, Charlie. We go to church on Christmas Eve. We visit friends and family, and do all that. So, no presents exchange, man. Not worth it.
All right.
It's overrated.
On that joyous note.
What you want? We spend money on stuff you're not gonna like. That's great.
I might like
You just
it.
take some money.
Okay.
I'll buy you a drink.
Get whatever you.
Yeah,
whatever
you'll
you want.
use that.
I'll hit you up on Sunday. It'll be my version of a free bet. You know,
There you go.
A free bet.
There you go.
Something you're sure to use.
There you go.
Right? You know, we got really good jobs. We do something we enjoy.
Haven't we gotten? Can I say this? Haven't we gotten enough Christmas? They've been playing a song since damn Halloween's over.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, I went through the department stores or the grocery stores, and boom, Christmas stuff was up.
First Christmas.
I mean,
stuff
we
I
have
saw,
had enough Christmas, huh?
I saw
I mean,
the first
damn.
Christmas stuff in early October, and then this month, you know what I'm seeing now? King cake.
Yeah. So without my contribution to the Christmas spirit, I think everybody's gonna be all right.
Probably so.
Yeah.
So we got good jobs that we like, we enjoy, but I found somebody's got the best job going right now. I mean, this guy. You know how they say if you're not really doing your job, you're stealing. You know, I found a guy that's stealing. Man, and he's a good guy too. He usually doesn't steal. Thomas Morstead is stealing right now.
Oh yeah.
The punter for the 49ers,
Yeah,
longtime
yeah.
Saint.
Yeah.
The man hasn't punted the football in a month for San Francisco. He's still getting paid.
He hasn't punted a month.
Well, this was an off weekend there too, but yeah, he has not punted since the end of November, and since they don't have a
Purdy's
game.
surging right now.
They did not punt against Tennessee. They did not punt last night against Indianapolis, and if it wouldn't have been for the ball going through the hands of one of his receivers, Indianapolis wouldn't have stopped them at all. Even the ball was a little bit high on the interception by Purdy, but other than that,
it was on him. It was on him.
But it was. Yes, it was on Purdy.
It was
on
him.
It was high.
It was a bad throw.
Okay, but it's not guaranteed to be intercepted.
No.
But
I mean, it's
so the game.
I mean, one
itself last
throw
night-
that was off. I mean,
Yeah,
the
whole.
he was on fire.
It was as close to a perfect game, pretty much as you can get. It's the first time a 49er quarterback's thrown for 5 touchdowns since Steve Young in the Super Bowl. That was a pretty good game for him against the Chargers.
Oh, willing participant defensively though. The Colts are really bad. I mean, on conversion downs, when you lose Christian McCaffrey.
Right. No, they were.
Come on, man.
I mean, absolutely. Disgustingly bad.
I mean, in the red zone, he's like by himself on a little.
Because going into this game, the story was still Phillip Rivers, right?
If you watched any
of the pregame, yes.
4-hour pregame, and then the broadcast, it was a tennis match. It was an individual sport. It was Phillip Rivers with his team watching in Alabama. It was his whole family of 17 watching from the luxury box. It was the Phillip Rivers broadcast. It was overdone, man. I understand. Now, with that being said, every young quarterback should watch Phillip Rivers last night because he clearly has, if there's 32 starters this past weekend, nobody has a weaker arm right now than Phillip Rivers.
Everything.
Nobody.
Floats. Everything
Nobody
floats.
has less mobility than Phillip Rivers right now.
Yep.
But his pre-snap reads, his getting rid of the ball and identifying where to go was textbook. He moved the ball consistently. He moved the ball and got rid of and when they can cheat up, so they threw the first pass downfield. Oh yeah, we're going to attack the field vertically. Man, I would have still shame on San Francisco for not congesting the line of scrimmage to that 15-yard range. The ball's in the air. I mean, you can break on it anyway. I thought it was a very poor job by Saleh, the defensive coordinator, former Jets head coach. I mean, they should have been more congested. But still, he's reading defenses. He's getting rid of it. He knows where to go. He's being – I mean, it was really, really very impressive how you can still play quarterback with your mind.
I thought that a lot of San Francisco's defensive emphasis was obviously on stopping Jonathan Taylor, which they did a pretty good job of.
Oh, no, they were committed to taking him away.
So,
yes.
And I would have too.
Because he runs hard.
Yeah, we're talking about a Pro Bowl running back, an All-Pro running back this year. So they had to keep him. They had to keep him first. He's the emphasis.
And so maybe that opens some things up. Kind of like Saquon Barkley just didn't have a bad night in the Super Bowl. They decided to take him away. You can take away the running game with numbers as long as you can somewhat compete, unless you're not rent-a-win, in college football. But no, they were committed. No, Rivers is going to beat us with his arm. They were committed. So, yes, granted, there were some. But still, Charlie, the arm is so weak. He can't move at all. But just playing the game with his – poor guy, he takes him right down the field for a touchdown. Next time he gets the ball, they're down
14-7.
Yeah, they're down 7.
Most of the incompletions last night, not all, but most of his incompletions last night were on balls. And you could even see this on the TV cut. The receiver's open. He's got a step. Rivers just floats the ball a little bit. It gives the defensive backs a chance to – the man's 44 years old.
Floats a little bit.
But –
it's a pop going on. It is a hard.
If he had his arm from 5 years ago, he might have gone 30 for 35 last night.
Oh, keep in mind, he had a subject arm strength in his prime.
He always had an awkward delivery. It was.
He looks like he's throwing, manhole covers out there, Charlie.
He had a strong enough arm, but he never had the strongest arm in the league. You're right. And he had at NC State. That hitch in his delivery was one of the things they talked about.
Well, it's always been there, and it was developed. It was just muscle memory,
right?
Because he, as a kid, he was throwing a heavier ball, and so he picked that up, but that just became his delivery. Look, man, he threw for a lot of yards with that delivery. My favorite quote, in the bowl season when you are, trying to see who's opting out.
Yeah,
nobody's beating this record.
Oh,
four straight bowl MVPs.
Yeah, 4 straight.
For NC State. 4 straight bowl MVPs. Now, maybe T.J. Finley can win more after 20 years of eligibility. But, he just knows how to play the position. And that was on display. And I'm sorry, but I thought where it's such a priority on athleticism, arm strength, people want a dual threat at quarterback, man, he showed you how to play the position with his mind last night. I was blown away. I really was.
He is a Hall of Famer. And to be able to still process that stuff that quickly, because arm strength aside, you still got to be able to recognize all this stuff in a hurry. He has absolutely exceeded everything. I went against him in the first week when they played Seattle, and was just absolutely blown away with how good he is. Let me ask you about San Francisco. They are now in position. They control their own destiny, the number 1 seed. Now they got 2 very hard games to win to do that. But
Bears and Seahawks,
both at home.
Yeah.
That's 2 hard games to win.
As kind of they're on the playground playing pickup basketball, Charlie. As long as they win, they're not getting off their court. As long as they win,
that's right,
they're not leaving because they'll be at home in the playoffs and they'll be at home for the Super Bowl.
Forgot about the Super Bowl. Yeah, you're right.
They are on the playground. They're not leaving, and they are far from the best.
You know what they looked like to me last night, with the exception of what happened to Kittle late? They looked healthy. Brock Purdy looked healthy. He wasn't healthy earlier in the season, even some of those games he played. McCaffrey is always, at this point in his career, he's got a lot of miles on
The
him.
offense
He's
is healthy. The defense misses those
Trent
guys.
Williams is
Oh,
healthy.
yeah,
It makes a big difference.
No, I'm glad you brought him up. Did you see the one play where they highlighted him where he blocked two guys?
Yeah.
He is such, you want to talk about a Hall of Famer.
First ballot slam.
Yes,
dunk.
Rivers may take a couple of rounds to get
Yeah.
him in. No, this guy gets in immediately. He has the most, and McCaffrey is on his way to one. Williams probably got a more decorated career than McCaffrey.
Oh, Williams.
I mean, it's just unbelievable.
Williams is in the conversation for one of the best half a dozen tackles of all time, in my opinion. I mean, I got him there. Anthony Munoz,
Ogden, Munoz,
Jonathan Ogden, Walter Jones.
I think he's better than Jones.
He is.
Yeah,
he is.
He's had a little injury, so it's kind of he has been injured. But that is a great point because all the injuries are in the defense. With Warner, with
Joe Thomas was the other one I would put in there. Longtime Cleveland Brown, and maybe even Willie Rofe up in there. He's in that top 5 or 6 of all time.
And all of those guys are great. Nobody run blocks in that and of that group like him.
Yeah, he's
a freak, man.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal player. Now, they're still missing some pieces on defense.
And their defense, and this is where they have to be. I mean, like last night, because the Colts are going to move the ball. I mean, Purdy's got to be sharp. He can't have some of these. It's not like the early days where just sort of execute. We got the weapons, but they got that defense. I mean. That first defense that had blow my mind. The defensive lineman that was playing last night for the Colts, the former 49er, he was kind of invisible last night. What's his name? On that first team that played the Chiefs, that defense was unbelievable. It was unbelievable because they had Bosa and him and some of the others.
Oh, DeForest Buckner.
Yes, DeForest Buckner.
Yeah.
I mean, so they're just kind of. It's a patchwork. It's not that typical defensive roster for the San Francisco 49ers.
Thumbs up, thumbs down. They win the last 2 or not?
Well, the odds are against it.
I think they split. I think they beat the Bears, lose to the Seahawks.
The chalk is that they split.
Yeah.
Because both of those games are close to even at home maybe 60-40, 50-50. Yeah, the odds are that they'll split.
We're here at Doe's Eat Place. It'll be open tomorrow night until 6:30, and then closed all day on Thursday for Christmas, and then they will reopen on the Friday after Christmas at 4 o'clock. So no late night tomorrow night. 6:30 is the last walk-ins that they'll take, and then off all day on Christmas. And then on Friday, no lunch, but reopening at 4 o'clock.
You get relatives in for the holiday season, and you're looking for a place to gather. Of course, Doe's is your casual steakhouse, hand-cut steaks, all the sides, do the fries. We hand-cut the fries if you want to do that, but the tamales are outstanding. Most people start with that, but, also we got a great wine list. We've got great mixologists behind our bar, and if you need a table of 8, table of 12, table of 14, a gathering of 25, 40, whatever it is, last-minute ideas. Call Scott over here at Doe's Eat Place in the Crown Town Room. We're going to be watching some football game. We start at 1 or noon
1
today.
o'clock.
1 o'clock today, as soon as we get off, but with a triple header of college football bowl games. So,
Toledo and Louisville.
Miller Moss will start. Miller Moss played against the LSU Tigers in that opener out in Las Vegas a year ago. So, yeah, man, keep Doe's Eat Place in mind. And if you're looking for something to eat, the Doe's Eat Place, our lunch menu, which features a lot of different sandwiches and burgers and po' boys and plate lunches that are not featured on the dinner menu. You can only get them at lunch. Serve them Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Spaghetti and meatballs, hamburger steak, fried catfish platter, country fried steak. That is the size of a Frisbee over here at Doe's Eat Place. So, yeah, man, kind of a cool place. You just want to come, catch a drink, gather something, get a little bit bite to eat. It's a casual atmosphere. Come as you are. Great service here at Doe's Eat Place in the heart of Mid-City on Government Street.
Live at Doe's, live at lunch. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch. This hour of Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny is brought to you by Dana Brown at the law offices of O.C. Brown, 343-1111, and ocbrown.com. Roto-Rooter for all your plumbing needs, 925-8710. Supreme Rice, grown, milled, processed in Louisiana since 1936. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Tex Morris at Edward Jones Investments on Jefferson Highway, 928-8659. Total Maintenance, your one-stop shop for AC, electrical, generators, and plumbing. Service today, every day for Total Maintenance and Coastal Capital Advisors. Markets evolve. We adapt.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
The Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny Restaurant Club. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games since 1988. Snow Seafood and Steak for over 50 years on Airline, Highway, and Highway 74 in Gonzales. Dozy Place for hand-cut steaks on Government Street and Mid-City. Louis Cafe, a Baton Rouge landmark since 1941. Just outside the north gates of LSU. Finbom, sushi, burrito, poke, ramen at Burbank and Lee.
The Pierre Part Store, and now the Thibodeau Store, your local experts in construction supplies. You know they can handle your contractor supplies for all jobs, big and small. The extensive selection of plumbing, electrical, and hardware supplies are endless, and they can even deliver it to your job site. If you need lumber, no problem. Available for pickup and delivery from Pierre Part. Top-notch tools and expert advice, it's local service. From the Thibodeau Store, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodeau, and online at thibodeaustore.com.
Baton Rouge, get ready for a fiesta of flavor. Whether you're craving sizzling fajitas, cheesy enchiladas, or the best margaritas in town, Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill have you covered. Bring the family, bring your friends, and bring your appetite. From fresh guacamole to mouth-watering tacos that hit just right, it's not just a dinner, it's a celebration. So why wait? Tonight, make it Las Palmas or make it Rio Cantina, two local favorites serving up authentic Mexican taste right here in Baton Rouge. Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill, where every night's a fiesta.
Do you know what you would do if you were in a car wreck? It's easy to panic when you or someone you care about is hurt in an accident. Who will pay the medical bills? Who will pay the car repair? Who will deal with the insurance companies for you? Protect your rights. You need someone you can trust. Call the law offices of O.C. Brown at 343-1111. The law offices of O.C. Brown will handle everything for you. 343-1111 or online at ocbrown.com. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net. Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference, all in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net. 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge. Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny from Doe's Eat Place on Government Street on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Where you can always get the show on demand, 1045ESPN.com, LouisianaSports.net, on YouTube. Last two handicasts of the calendar year with a deep dive into Lane Kiffin's offense. All brought to you by Supreme Rice, supporting our Louisiana farmers since 1930s. SupremeRice.com. Got to watch a little basketball last night before the football game started.
Yeah, had some of it on.
Okay.
Which are the Pelicans?
I did not see very much of the Pelicans. I did watch the entire first half and into the second half. with LSU. Not a game I'm ordinarily going to be focused on with Prairie View whose wins are against schools you've never heard of. But it caught my attention watching the game, and look. This is the last game before Christmas. Everybody's got their focus maybe somewhere else. I don't know, but defense was merely a suggestion in the first half. Somehow Prairie View in the Assembly Center managed to shoot 67% from the floor and 77% from three in a half of basketball, in which they scored 56 points. It's hard to shoot 77% from three in an empty gym, much less when there's somebody on the other side. And I'm sorry, we gave McMahon his flowers for the win against SMU last week. We both thought that was a good win. We both watched that game, thought that there was some good things to build on. They sleptwalked through the second half against Southeastern the other night. They ended up winning that game. They were up 14 at the half. They were outscored in the second half, and then in this game, they go to the breakdown 5. They were down 10 at one point, and Jimmy, I watched. Okay, this is not ordinarily a game I'll be focused on. I watched. Okay, I need something to keep my mind occupied before the football game comes on. I'm going to watch the game, see how they do. One of the laziest defensive efforts I've seen so far in this young season by anybody. No closeouts. Nobody's moving their feet. And if it weren't for the fact that LSU is just an exceptional free throw shooting team, this might have gotten a little bit hairy because they lived at the free throw line last night. But there was a little sequence in the second half where you had a technical foul and you had an intentional foul. And LSU kind of got loose from it and ended up winning the game by 14. But the defensive effort that I saw in the second half on Friday night against Southeastern and last night against Prairie View will get them thumped in the league. So it's one game. It's a half a game on each side. But you sure would have liked to have seen them come out after the SMU victory, which is a really nice win. All right, Texas Tech ran you out of the gym. All right, fine. Regroup. You beat a decent team in SMU. You play these two games. You should take care of business easy, put them away. That was not the case last night.
You're not getting anything out of playing the teams like this when you don't hammer them down.
Yeah.
And it just they know that they're a weak team. They're going to try and just go through the motions, and sometimes you can't do that against a weak team. Say what you want about Mulkey's Renowinds. It's a horrendous non-conference schedule. It's not going to get anybody excited, but her teams, she's going to coach them, and they're going to listen. Nobody wants to be embarrassed by their coach. She's going to embarrass them if they just don't pulverize them and to play the way they're supposed to. And that's the way this thing was. We'll wake up at half and then we'll turn it on, stuff like that. Sometimes you might not be able to, but it just lends itself to sloppiness.
Turn the ball over 8 times in the first half.
And when you're going out there in a game, and you only have so many of these games where you're playing full speed, and you're just going to be sloppy, you're not getting better. And if you're losing games as a chance to improve your team, you're not getting better with games. Man, what's going on? So does the coach have a disconnect? Does the coach just have to schedule tougher games because whatever it is? Well, these teams are they're tired of playing some of these weak non-conference games, and it lends itself to sloppiness. And you saw some sloppy, ugly basketball last night.
It does, because they played a little bit better when they played DePaul after the 6 nobodies that they played. And then I wouldn't say that they played a great game at Boston College, but that is a Power 4 team on the road, 5 team basketball on the road, your first road game. Okay. And you managed to win that game. That game was close into the latter portion of the second half. Then you get beat by a much better team in Texas Tech, fine. You play SMU in New Orleans, and that was encouraging. So it's like, okay, you had a couple of games before Texas Tech. All right. SMU game, all right. Build on that. And the last 2 games have left a lot to be desired. They got one of these left against Southern Miss, and then conference play starts. So not exactly what I was hoping to see last night. Not gonna harp on it. They win the game by 14, whatever. But boy, that was a bad defensive effort in the first half, I thought.
just you're trying to get better, man. You got a better roster. I mean, put them teams away. I mean, you don't have a handle on your team to get them inspired. I mean, who in the hell are they that as a team, as this program, this whole thing, to take a night off any? I mean, you're far from solidified a bid to go to the tournament, and you're not preparing yourself. The damn schedule's so damn weak to begin with. Man, let's get after it and try and fine tune some things. Go if you're sloppy and you can't handle the things you're supposed to and dominate teams like this. How are you going to be sloppy and go handle some when the SEC starts? It's just there's a lot of step forward, step backs in this season with LSU basketball.
So far, that would definitely be the case. Everybody's kind of got, like I said, one foot out the door for Christmas. There's no basketball the next 3 days.
And a team that came in had one foot out the door for Christmas too.
Yes,
they recognize Christmas on the same day.
Kentucky's playing Bellarmine today at noon.
Bellarmine?
Bellarmine, excuse me. See, I don't even know the Bellarmine Knights. Okay, I don't expect that Rupp's going to be at its zenith today.
No,
it's talking about the rest of college basketball.
They kind of take off. Yeah. So anyway, maybe they got excited when they get 6-7.
Take a few days off. Come back after the break. Get ready for conference.
Yeah, they got to do a finals, huh?
Finals is way over.
Finals are over.
Oh yeah, finals.
Okay, my bad. So, no, everybody passed.
As far as I know.
That's good. That's outstanding.
Look, the academics have across college athletics have just dramatically improved.
When people start talking about this and don't like the new way of doing this, I don't know why they're doing this. Well, how can you be upset that everybody's getting better grades? How could you be upset about that?
Everybody's getting better grades.
Everybody's getting a college education.
And almost nobody's flunking any drug tests either.
No. Everybody's clean as a whistle and
That's
studying along.
Now we can fuss about the gambling, right? Caught a few of them gambling. Other than that, everything's fine, right?
Well, they got to do something with their money. Don't forget our friends at Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. If your homeowners association requires wood windows like Relief Windows, you got to go see my friends over at Relief Windows. Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Doors, siding, shutters, shades, you name it, Relief Windows. Top quality windows, doors, siding, and shutters. Exceptional customer service. It's very easy. Go to their website at reliefwindows.com. You can schedule a free quote, come out and analyze things, look at it, start doing computer renderings right on site, adjust them to your liking, and then put them in. Call you when your materials are in, schedule the installment, come in, professionally done, get there at the right time, clean up behind themselves, and then when it's done, these things are functional, they look good, and they last. That's right. If your homeowners association requires wood windows, do like I did and get the wind windows that can handle the extreme Louisiana, southern heat from Louisiana with the wind, the rain, the algae, the mold, the snow, the heat. You do it all at Relief Windows. Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com.
Live at Doe's, live at lunch. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
With all of the financial headlines, are you worried if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. If you have more questions and answers about what's next, let's work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by your local Edward Jones advisor. Tex Morris on Jefferson. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
This is Charles Hanniger for Home Bank. If you're tired of the impersonal, one-size-fits-all style of banking, you deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for your businesses and families because they go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business and good for life. Stop by any South Louisiana, Houston, or Natchez area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, Member FDIC.
1950 Phil's Oyster Bar started on Government Street. Then Gus Piazza took over in the 70s, and now his son Anthony is taking it to another level at the current location in South Downs. It's always been a Baton Rouge landmark. Seafood, oysters, po' boys, burgers, and more, all served up in an atmosphere full of sports nostalgia and tons of TVs to catch all the games. Seafood gumbo, crawfish cheesecake, or my favorite, the meatball quesadilla to start. Check out dinner and bar specials at philsoysterbar.com. You know we bleed purple and gold at Phil's Oyster Bar in the South Downs Shopping Center.
Brandon Holly here. Did you know Relief Windows is the window, door, hardy plank, and vinyl siding and interior shutter headquarters of the Gulf South? That's right. For nearly 20 years, we have provided you with a lifetime guarantee. Relief from the heat, cold, storms, and sun. So go where thousands have gone to upgrade the exterior and the interior of their homes. ReliefWindows.com. That's ReliefWindows.com.
Let Sammy's Grill do the cooking for your holiday feast. Fried or rotisserie turkeys with all the traditional sides. Pepper jack, crawfish, cornbread dressing, green bean casserole, mashed potatoes, boudin rice dressing, mac and cheese, and more. And for dessert, white chocolate bread pudding or pecan pie. Order a la carte or bundle up with our turkey feast that feeds 8 to 10 people. Call or stop by either the Highland Road or Prairieville locations to place your order today. Orders must be made 48 hours prior to pickup. Let Sammy's Grill do all the cooking for you this holiday season.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors. When it comes to retirement, no two situations are alike, so Coastal Capital Advisors will tailor a plan for your family's needs no matter your age or your financial situation. The bottom line is Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you and build a lifetime relationship. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Age Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
If you're near the north side of campus, I need to remind you about a couple of longtime favorites. Highland Coffee is the original specialty coffee shop in Baton Rouge since the 1980s. My personal favorite. Love getting my cappuccino from their friendly, knowledgeable staff. Roasted right in the shop. Louis Cafe for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week. The Mitchell omelet, Cajun hash browns, Big Cheesy Lou, all served up in that famous open kitchen atmosphere. In Tigertown since 1941. Couple of great spots. Highland Coffees and Louis Cafe just outside the north gates of LSU.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge mobile app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air. Find our app in the Apple or Google Play Store. For direct links, visit 1045ESPN.com. Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference, all in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net.
The Pierrepont Store, and now the Thibodeau Store, your local experts in construction supplies. You know they can handle your contractor supplies for all jobs, big and small. The extensive selection of plumbing, electrical, and hardware supplies are endless, and they can even deliver it to your job site. If you need lumber, no problem. Available for pickup and delivery from Pierrepont. Top-notch tools and expert advice, it's local service. From the Thibodeau Store, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodeau, and online at thibodeaustore.com.
Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Doe's Eat Place on Government Street. Heading out to Las Vegas, deep in the desert, lives one man. One man of many sports bets. The one and only Andy Iskoe.
And we remind you here at Doe's Eat Place, they will be open tomorrow until 6:30, then reopen on the day after Christmas at 4 p.m.
But Andy will be with us on Sunday giving out his picks, and collectively we had a very good day on Sunday. So let's keep it going. So, Andy, any plans for the holiday season, out in the desert?
Well, my family is basically back east, so I will be getting together with some friends and attack a turkey as I did on Thanksgiving, and watch a lot of football and get ready for the new year and all that sort of stuff. And before I forget, which I wouldn't, but I'll just in case get it out now, I want to wish everyone down there, all the listeners, all the people at the station, and you guys especially, a very Merry Christmas or Happy, Healthy Holiday Season and New Year. And let's hope we wind down this year with some nice little stuff in our stockings.
Same to you, man. Thanks for everything that you do for us here. And we got a triple header on Christmas Day, so we got a little football to go with our NBA.
Yes, indeed. So, Andy, do you anything that you like before we get to Sunday and Sunday's card? Some of these games, we have plenty of them, bowl games and NFL games.
Yeah, I didn't do much with the preliminary bowls. I did play Hawaii in the Hawaii Bowl tomorrow, Christmas Eve against Cal. I played them when they were still a small underdog. I see they're still a slight favorite, but I still like Hawaii in this game. I think they're going to put forth a good effort. They played very well throughout much of the season, and I've liked what they've done there with Tang as far as the coaching and all that goes. So that's one play that I've made. As far as the games on Thursday, don't know what to think about it. I'm surprised Dallas is as much a favorite as they are. I wasn't surprised about the result the other day. Minnesota, Detroit. Well, I have to bring it up every week. Once again, Dan Campbell didn't take the 3 points at the start of the game when they were first and goal from the 4 and didn't make it on the first 3 attempts. And we don't know how the game would have turned out because things take a different complexion based upon the score, but certainly they could have used that field goal at the end of the game. And I'm not going to say they won't, but I would be surprised if the Lions win a Super Bowl with Dan Campbell as coach. I like his aggressiveness, but it's time and place and situation, and he hasn't quite grasped that yet. As far as the Minnesota-Detroit game, I guess Detroit will go out and play a great game, or at least a very difficult game, because they still are mathematically alive, even though realistically it's unlikely they're going to be able to get that final wild card. Green Bay just needs to win one of their final 2 games to do so, and I know they've got a tough game against Baltimore. To me, and I lost with the Ravens the other night because that was basically Baltimore's season. I can't see them getting in the playoffs now. I can't see Cleveland upsetting Pittsburgh on Sunday, which is what it would take before Pittsburgh and Baltimore would win. I can't see Baltimore winning at Green Bay because it's a game that Green Bay could win and assure itself of that final playoff spot. So the night game, Denver at Kansas City. I've not looked at what's the line on that one right now.
13.5.
Yeah.
And that's on the road.
Yeah.
I mean, you got you going down to the third string quarterback. So.
Yeah. What's the total?
36.5.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be. I was hoping it would be at least 38 because that would be the way that I would look at it under the total in that one. So. I don't have the schedule. I know that the one game that I do like is the Louisiana Tech over Coastal Carolina. Coastal Carolina was not a very good team this year. Louisiana Tech, of course, are going to enjoy a relatively home side advantage. Happy birthday! I'll see you. And Louisiana Tech, I think, can cover that number. I would imagine they're probably going to have 90% of whatever crowd shows up in that game.
Can I ask you a question about the Christmas games, because you're proxy for so many people in the Survivor contest, and this is what makes this and the Thanksgiving weeks what makes this so much more challenging than just normal. If you were saving the Chiefs, and at the beginning of the season that would have been a perfectly reasonable strategy to save the Chiefs, or the Commanders, which is kind of what I had in my head, that they would be home, and how much those fortunes have changed since the beginning of the season. What looked like a decent strategy, now not so much.
No, exactly, and that's part of the allure and the frustration of the contest is, you're trying to project, 3.5 months into the future when you sign up because you've done your work and you got your plans out there, and they're going to change. And Washington would have been a team to save. Detroit would have been a team to save for either Thanksgiving or Christmas, depending upon how you felt about the other teams. Because remember, you had 8 teams to choose from on Thanksgiving as opposed to 6. Denver probably was already used by a lot of people. Obviously, people will, if they had Denver available, would like to use them this week at Kansas City because it is an important game for Denver. And like you said, third string quarterback for the Chiefs. Will people take a chance with Minnesota? I'm not sure. I wish I had one of the entries remaining. On the other hand, maybe it's a good thing I got eliminated when I did, because this would be a very, very difficult week to pick based upon what happened this past weekend.
Those 3 games coming up on Thursday, and then we got a couple on Saturday before we talk to you again. Texans and the Chargers and the Ravens and the Packers, teams all with various playoff scenarios as we head into the stretch run here.
Yeah, and based upon what happens on, I'm trying to think. I don't think any of the games on Thursday impact the Packers. Unfortunately, I don't have the schedule in front of me right now. I'm out at breakfast, but I'm trying to recall because I'm trying to see if there's a reason why why the Packers might not rest Jordan Love in that game. Well, no, I'm sorry. The Detroit Minnesota game.
If the Lions won, yeah.
If Minnesota beats Detroit, the Packers are in, I believe.
Yeah, so if the Lions win, they still got to the Packers still have to protect.
And
right.
And that impacts, the AFC North, because if Baltimore gets beat, well, then Pittsburgh's got it.
Yeah.
But now without Moncrief for the last two games, are they trying to get it done? By the time they play Sunday, they may have it clinched. They may not have to play a whole lot of guys.
That's the difficulty in trying to decide what to do with Green Bay, Baltimore on Saturday. Because let's say if Minnesota pulls the upset and Green Bay's in, and you're not going to be able to do much as far as their positioning goes. They don't even consider playing Jordan Love if he's available. In which case, Baltimore might be worth a play because their fate won't be learned until Pittsburgh plays on Sunday. On the other hand, if Green Bay, quote unquote, needs the win because they haven't clinched yet because Detroit wins, then I'm not quite sure what to do with the game on Saturday because realistically, Baltimore is not going to make the playoffs because I can't see. I mean, anything can happen in the NFL, but I really can't see them losing to Cleveland on Sunday and not having come down to Baltimore, Pittsburgh in Week 18.
By the way, Malik Willis, no guarantee to play in this game. In fact, probably wouldn't in any case. So it would be the third string quarterback. I'm blanking on his name right now. I think it was Clayton Tune. Clayton Tune.
Yeah.
If they decide to hold Jordan Love.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to pass this year. I wouldn't think so.
That would be interesting.
May end up being a complete nondescript game, for what should, if you're the NFL and you're putting together a marquee game on the Saturday after Christmas, you're doing this in April or May, Ravens-Packers looks pretty good.
Yeah.
It may end up being a complete nothing burger.
I remember looking at the Don Best schedule at the start of the season, and they actually had 5 games listed as possibilities for for the Saturday after Christmas, and they chose what was it? The other one was the Chargers and
Texans.
Houston. That's a much more important game, and that's a good game to watch. I have futures on both teams. I'm going to be. I might prefer to be on Houston because Houston has to continue to put the pressure on Jacksonville because they're a game behind, and they still have a chance of making it as a wild card. I think they can still win the division, but they need Jacksonville to lose twice and Houston to win twice. So I think Houston is going to be playing. The Chargers may not. They're already in the playoffs, so they know that they're going to be playing on a wild card weekend. So I might take a look at Houston a little bit more because I like this team. Maybe the thing to look at that game because both teams have such good defenses would be under the total.
Well, we for the first time in quite a while have some hope for the Saints. Not for this season, obviously, but with a quarterback that looks like they may be able to finally move forward in the post-Drew Brees era. They were a favorite in only one game preseason. Only last week's game against the Jets. Now they're a road favorite. It's over the Titans, but now they're a road favorite, so they're making some progress, Andy, a little bit.
And the funny thing is they are going up against a team that is also playing its best football of the season. I mean, yeah, okay, they beat a depleted Kansas City team, but Kansas City still has a playoff caliber roster that hadn't performed to that level this year. But no, and I think that Kellen Moore has shown nice development as a head coach as well. I think there are very many reasons to be positive about the Saints, especially playing in a division where who knows what's going to happen next year. But certainly Atlanta has some vulnerabilities. Carolina looks like they're poised to do well, and Tampa Bay may be seeing the end of its run as the dominant team in that division this year.
Well, Andy, how many people are left in the circa, the big one?
As I recall, there should be 10. I believe everybody advanced this past week.
And so Christmas on Thursday is its own day.
Yeah. Yes.
3 games. So and
Yeah,
all are.
I could almost see all 10 being eliminated because who do you really feel is the best team to play on Thursday?
Most people have used the Broncos by now, huh?
Yeah. So that information will probably be available on the website. I think they said the deadline will be Thursday morning, 9 a.m. to put the Christmas Survivor selections in. So I would imagine by kickoff of that first game, it'll be available. It'll probably be out, distributed out on X all over the I guess now you used to call it the Twitterverse, the Xverse, I guess. It'll be out there. It'll be on the website, etc. And we'll know which guys. The 10 that are left, maybe they've been well. It depends again who you have left, but I don't know that anybody really cares for any of the 6 teams that they have, whoever they would have available on Thursday.
Well, that's what makes it interesting. We should cut down a few after this triple header on Christmas Day.
As I say, I should have such worries.
What's that?
No, I should have such worries. I should be alive enough to make a chance.
Yes.
Might be waving my ticket in the air for $1.8 million or something at this point.
But you got to have some suitors.
Yeah.
Got
to have a buyer.
Got to have and from what I understand, it's no, you might be able to buy yours. Sell yours to an individual. But as far as chopping it up,
yeah.
I think they're not doing it, but I would think that there will probably be some individuals who will find some backers and will sell a portion of their ticket and able to acquire the necessary money due hedging and things like that for the entry.
Yeah, give some guys a stake, a buy-in. There's a lot of people. You can get some value for your ticket. Going in right now. All right, Andy, we are going to talk to you on Sunday, Football Sunday. This Sunday we'll be down in New Orleans at Caesars Sportsbook. So we'll have you on getting your top 2 picks. A very profitable day for us on Sunday. So let's keep it going for this challenging slate where a lot of the backup quarterbacks are getting into play for this football weekend.
Merry Christmas, guys, and look forward to Sunday. And we'll have a lot more certainty after the games of Thursday and Saturday.
Merry Christmas, Andy. We will talk to you on Sunday. Thank you, buddy. Don't forget our friends at K&M Automotive on Segan Lane, 8445 Segan Lane, just off of Perkins, across from Ambrosia Bakery. Anything that you need done to your vehicle, when that check engine light comes on, bring it in. You don't know. You're not a trained mechanic. Bring it in. See what's going on. We'll let you know. Belts and hoses, general services, undercar services, electrical issues, AC service, transmission, electrical, tires, oil changes, whatever needs to be done. My buddy Jason Payne at K&M Automotive, a lot of times he is busy, so if he's too busy to see you at that time, he will give you a better time to come back, more convenient time that won't keep you hanging around, to get you in and out much more conveniently. He's going to try and find you a much less expensive repair as opposed to a replace. But if it does have to replace, he's not going to let you leave with any type of serious failing piece on your vehicle. He's been in business for quite some time, got a lot of repeat customers because he does such a good job. 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. Of course, honor the work week this week with the holiday week. We'll be taking off tomorrow and Christmas Day, and be back on Friday. 8445 Segan Lane, just off of Perkins, across the street from Ambrosia.
Live at Doe's Eat Place, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Running a business can be difficult enough without the right relationship with your bank. With United Community Bank's local business bankers, you're not just a number, you're a partner. Contact Heath Meir, Nicole Glover, Hunter Creed, David Campbell, or David Henry to discuss how we can help your business today. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Locations from Baton Rouge to Golden Meadow. We've been serving the people of Southern Louisiana for over 60 years. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Buzzy Hydell for the Morris Insurance Group. Outdoorsmen in the state might be having a tough time right now finding policies to fit on the properties they love. If you've got a hunting camp, a boat, or an RV that has been difficult to insure, we want you to look again. For owners or renters, the Morris Insurance Group can help you all the way to the duck camp or the fishing boat. We also have policies on coastal properties, including flood insurance to let owners protect themselves in the event of damage. For your camps, boats and trailers, four-wheelers, ATVs, and tractors, get a quote today at morris-ig.com or call 225-201-0007.
Workbox can handle all of your movable storage needs, commercial and residential. Our shipping containers come in various sizes, 8x8, 8x10, 8x20, or even 8x40 feet. Not just one size. These units can be customized for any use. Custom lunchrooms, offices, work sites for plumbers or welders, dual purpose, part office, part storage, climate control, shelving, lighting, using different materials, whatever you need. Give my buddy Martin Padial at Workbox a call at 343-4886, 343-4886, and WorkboxLLC.com.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
The Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny Restaurant Club. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games since 1988. Snow Seafood and Steak for over 50 years on Airline, Highway, and Highway 74 in Gonzales. Dozy Place for hand-cut steaks on Government Street and Mid-City. Louis Cafe, a Baton Rouge landmark since 1941. Just outside the north gates of LSU. Fin Bomb, sushi, burrito, poke, ramen at Burbank and Lee.
The Pierre Part Store, and now the Thibodeau Store, your local experts in construction supplies. You know, they can handle your contractor supplies for all jobs, big and small. The extensive selection of plumbing, electrical, and hardware supplies are endless, and they can even deliver it to your job site. If you need lumber, no problem. Available for pickup and delivery from Pierre Part. Top-notch tools and expert advice, it's local service. From the Thibodeau Store, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodeau, and online at ThibodeauStore.com.
By now, you know that we do our show every other Tuesday at the Crown Town Room at Dozy Place. The Crown Town Room is ideal for larger groups, or if you just want to watch the game on one of our 3 large TVs. The tamales are the most popular appetizer, but don't forget the seared tuna with the sriracha glaze. For the perfect blend of sweet and spicy, you can't go wrong also with the flash-fried oysters or the shrimp. The porterhouse is the perfect steak to share. Strip on one side, filet on the other, prepared at different temps if you like, bone in to maximize flavor. Dozy Place on Government Street, just off Acadian in the heart of Mid-City.
Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net. Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny from Doe's Eat Place on Government Street on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
And return here at Doe's on Government Street. Again, we'll be open tomorrow until 6:30 and then closed for Christmas Day and reopen on Friday afternoon at 4 o'clock. This is one of the things we just have to get used to, I guess. Lane Kiffin on social media. He wished Kirby Smart a happy birthday today. That's nice, right? I mean,
pleasant.
Yeah, these guys were on staff together for a while at Alabama. Who other than Lane Kiffin is wishing his competitors in the SEC? It's a kind, benevolent man. I don't know where the sourness would come from, right? He just happy birthday, old man. Saban used to send this to Les Miles all the time, right? Didn't he?
Did he?
No. I'm not sure. He was even back when Saban was a coach here. I guess there was no Twitter machine yet, like Ogeron used to call it. Just part of the personality. When we talking about Lane Kiffin, ESPN did their rankings of all the college coaching hires. He came out number one, as you would expect. They liked the hire. You went out and got the one guy you wanted at a place where he can do whatever it is he wants. So glad he's wishing happy birthday. Think he'll wish us happy birthday?
Who?
Lane Kiffin.
We good, man.
We good?
He needs to pay attention to some other stuff besides us.
Transfer portal opening up very shortly. When we come back, we'll do first class, second class, and no class. Also, Randy McKay, who's normally with us on Wednesday, will be with us here in the next hour, giving us his picks coming up here in pro football. Live at Doe's, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Now, everybody's been to Louis Cafe by campus. Heck, it's been around since over 80 years now. We're still doing delicious omelets like the Mitchell, cheesy grits, Big Cheesy Lou, and those Louis' original Cajun hash browns. We now offer a pickup window. Just call in your order at 346-8221. Give us 15 or 20 minutes, and we'll have it ready for you. Our hours are now 6:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., 7 days a week. So next time you visit campus, make it a point to stop by and visit an old friend. Louis Cafe, just outside the north gates of LSU.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors. When it comes to retirement, no two situations are alike, so Coastal Capital Advisors will tailor a plan for your family's needs, no matter your age or your financial situation. The bottom line is Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you and build a lifetime relationship. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Age Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
With all of the financial headlines, are you worried if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. If you have more questions and answers about what's next, let's work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by your local Edward Jones advisor. Tex Morris on Jefferson. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
Attention vehicle owners. Before you trade your transportation, let K&M Automotive give your vehicle a new lease on life with a remanufactured product from Jasper Engines and Transmissions. A Jasper remanufactured engine, transmission, or differential will extend your vehicle's life, giving you the extra cash to do the things you really enjoy. And Jasper offers a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide parts and labor warranty. K&M Automotive, 636-2875. That's K&M Automotive, Segan near Perkins.
Do you know what you would do if you were in a car wreck? It's easy to panic when you or someone you care about is hurt in an accident. Who will pay the medical bills? Who will pay the car repair? Who will deal with the insurance companies for you? Protect your rights. You need someone you can trust. Call the law offices of O.C. Brown at 343-1111. The law offices of O.C. Brown will handle everything for you. 343-1111 or online at ocbrown.com. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
The Pierre Part Store, and now the Thibodeau Store, your local experts in construction supplies. You know they can handle your contractor supplies for all jobs, big and small. The extensive selection of plumbing, electrical, and hardware supplies are endless, and they can even deliver it to your job site. If you need lumber, no problem. Available for pickup and delivery from Pierre Part. Top-notch tools and expert advice, it's local service. From the Thibodeau Store, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodaux, and online at ThibodeauStore.com.
Football and Fireball is a match made in heaven. And by heaven, of course, we mean Twin Peaks.
Hello.
Spice up things next game day with a shot of our favorite cinnamon whiskey and wash it down with one of our famous 29-degree drafts. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21 12681. Offices in Baton Rouge. Live at lunch, first class.
I want a seat in first class where I was booked and ticketed over a month ago.
Second class.
No man should be subjected to the indignity of being labeled or treated like a second-class citizen.
And no class.
Life had become like school on Sunday. No class.
I'll tell you what then. Why don't you call me sometime when you have no class?
First class, second class, and no class. Brought to you by Supreme Rice. Buy local with Louisiana-based Supreme Rice since 1936.
And we return here at Doe's Eat Place. Again, they will be open tomorrow until 6:30. And then closed on Christmas Day and closed for lunch on Friday, but reopening at 4 o'clock on Friday afternoon for dinner. Head on by here, Government Street at Mid-City. First class, Jimmy, we go back to the college football playoff. The two guys that I thought maybe made the biggest difference in the two games that were close. I got to go with Ty Simpson in the first game. I understand that they fell behind in this thing, but he's been asked to shoulder more of a burden than I'm trying to think of the last Alabama quarterback that had to shoulder this much of the load, because guys like Tua and Bryce Young, they had Jalen Hurts. They all had an awful lot of they had so much support around them, not just offensively, but man, look, if you had a bad game, that defense was going to pick you up. Without Ty Simpson, Alabama loses the other night, in my opinion. I mean, with anything less than what he gave, and his stats were not over the moon, but in the back half of the season, we've seen them ask him in the Auburn game, in this game, to make plays. And without him, he's the clear MVP. Absolutely no run game in either the SEC championship game or in this game. And Simpson gets him there. Coach trusts his quarterback. You got something at least to work with there. So I got to put Ty Simpson in first class.
He's doing a lot, and keep in mind it's his first year starting, and you know he's just having to do a lot, and you know to use his legs sometimes in escaping because his protection is not always there. He's throwing balls to some receivers who man are really beautiful players when they can catch the ball, but you know some of them, including Williams, man. I mean, what's going on there? I mean, he is all over the place right now. So all kinds of rumors about he'll be transferring out, things like that. Man, he ain't close to what he was last year, period. Leads the country in drops. Cuevas did come back. He used him at some key times to get things going. But there's a lot of things that he's had to do, Charlie, for that the most of the Alabama quarterbacks. Things are usually kind of tied up. You know their limitations. Well, is he a middle road runner? No, he's not. But he's so much better passer, but he can run too. And he's a big reason why they've had some success, and a lot of success as far as winning games in these ranked opponent games.
And I'm dying to see how Indiana plays them, because that's a very physical Indiana defense. So if they feel like they can control the run game with normal personnel, he's going to be throwing into some very crowded secondary for Alabama in the Rose Bowl. But so far, Ty Simpson, first class. The other one, There were different guys. I guess I could have picked in the Miami game, but I went with Reuben Bain, the defensive lineman who had 5 tackles, 4 of them for loss, and that included 3 sacks. Number 4 in a defensive dominated game, weather dominated game, with the win being what it was. Reuben Bain, who is going to hear his name come off the board in the top 10 picks next year, maybe even the top 5 picks next year, had himself a day. And they just did not seem to have. Every time Miami needed a play, it seemed like he made one, much more so than what it looked like in the box score, because there were times where he disrupted plays where maybe he didn't get credit for a sack or even.
He was wrecking shop, man. He was getting in there and disrupting stuff with his penetration. He was disrupting things, and the only way you can neutralize a guy like that is have a proficient passing game, and that was just too difficult to do. I'm surprised that A&M went so much straight drop back as Marcel Reed. I don't know if he had the option to kind of do his thing and shake, and go try to create some sort of running opportunities. But I would have done a lot more design running plays with Marcel Reed, because they were controlling your line. They were running the ball a little bit more effectively than you. They popped the big one at the end. Miami definitely had more scoring opportunities than Texas A&M, and I just thought a dual threat quarterback, and Marcel Reed's come a long way. But I mean, Beck wasn't even trying to. They weren't even trying to let him throw, because it was such a tough day to throw the ball. So I'm just seemed like Miami got the best of Texas A&M. And we know about Mike Elko. He's a line of scrimmage coach, and so they're doing that. That's pretty impressive.
Those are my 2 guys from first class. Second class, this is good with a chance to be great. All right, how about good with continuing to improve? Pelicans have won 5 straight games. 4 games with Zion coming off the bench. Talked about this last week. Is this going to be a thing? Well, his minutes are down, okay, from about 31 minutes a game just in the last 4 to about 24 minutes a game. Guess what happens when his minutes go down? His field goal percentage goes up. His free throw percentage goes up. His rebounding goes up. His turnovers have come down. You might expect the turnovers come down. He's on the floor less, but the other numbers are really good. Off the bench against Indiana, 29.7 rebounds. Against Dallas last night, 24 points, 9 rebounds. And this while he's shooting 57% from the floor. I maintain that I'm not going to say for the rest of his career. I don't know how this looks, when he's 28, 30 years old. But right now, Zion Williamson coming off the bench might be the best thing for him. Now, look, he may go pull a hamstring over the weekend and, be out for another month. I don't know. But at least right now, the reduced minutes seem to be helping. He's playing better. The team is playing better. They've won 5 in a row. Coaching change has definitely helped. Kind of like the Saints. Listen, things have been so bad for so long that you just don't even want to look at the light at the end of the tunnel. They found something that, at least for a handful of games, works. And so we'll see if that continues. But 6-man Zion, good with a chance to be better.
Well, it's all about, his style of play. And he's active. And he's in shape. At the end of the game, he rips off his jersey. And, he's got this kind of tight-cut muscle shirt. And I don't know if I've ever seen more fit. And that's the biggest thing, because his build is going to challenge him to stay fit. I don't know if he's taking off his shirt and showing off that undershirt just because he looks good, and he does. It's a tight fitting shirt, and he just looks good, really good. He's going to play hard. He's going to attack the paint. He's not going to settle for a bunch of perimeter shots. He's a difference maker right now. How long is he going to stay healthy? I don't know. But his playing style, he's he's doing some things that a lot of people can't do, and he's attacking the rim for a high percentage shots that lend itself to win a basketball game. Now they fell behind a lot of stretches last night, but in the third and fourth quarter they flipped that thing around, and it wasn't going away. Made it a little bit more interesting with some quick shots when they should have been dribbling out clock. But the thing that blows me away is Zion was in as good a shape as I think I've seen him playing in a Pelicans basketball game.
And keeping him in shape, I think, means judicious use of his minutes, okay? Starter minutes in the NBA are usually in the low 30s. You got some outliers like Kevin Durant and Anthony Edwards who will play upwards of 35, 36 minutes a game. But mostly starter minutes, the average starter minutes in the league are about 32, maybe 33 minutes a game. He's playing 24 minutes a game. I maintain that you may be able to get more out of him, a more productive, maybe the raw numbers don't equate, but what you're going to get between him now and the end of the season, if you're playing him 24, which is what he's averaging coming off the bench, 24 minutes a game. If you're shaving 8 minutes a game to keep him healthy, keep him, and he's more productive from a percentage standpoint, maybe this is what unlocks his full potential.
Well, I mean, Borrego's got, nobody saw this unit ripping off 7 or 8 in a row. Borrego is doing it. So he's the one that came up with this rotation. It's his idea. It's working. So, I mean, he's not changing anything as far as that's concerned. He'll feel out a little bit and maybe, a few minutes more here for this player, a few less for that, maybe situational, how they match up with a different team. But this is going to be his approach right now. I want that 18 minutes out of him, and I want him to be a strong 18 minutes, an active, impactful 18 minutes, and he's getting it out of him. And they've got a nice rotation going on right now.
By the way, 3 of the 4 games that Zion has come off the bench, Derek Queen has had a double-double. His progression continues, looks really good. Very encouraged about what we've seen out of him. All right, no class. If you were watching Detroit and Pittsburgh on Sunday, you saw an altercation between DK Metcalf and a fan. All right, so yesterday the NFL suspended him for conduct detrimental and suspended him for 2 games. Now, what I saw at the beginning, absolutely, it merited it. He grabbed the guy. He threw what appeared to be a punch. You can't go into the stands. You can't, go against guys on the stand. But here's what bothers me about this. The fan, whose name is Ryan Kennedy, had a statement from his lawyer put out on Monday morning. There's a video of him that has emerged today, whereas he's running back up the stand saying, "Got what I wanted, got what I wanted." I'm not going to tell you that he deserved to have a swing taken at him by DK Metcalf, but turns out that when Metcalf was with Seattle, they went to Detroit in 2022, 2023, and 2024. And Metcalf reported this guy to security all 3 times. In other words, he's been some kind of an antagonist. Reported him for what? That's not sure. Fans can say within reason pretty much whatever they want from out of the stands, okay? You can't there's a line that you can't cross, but if you want to boo a guy, you want to heckle a guy to a certain extent, listen, that's just the price of doing business. But it certainly seems kind of convenient that this guy's been reported 3 times, and now you got this video, and he had the lawyer's statement ready to go. I mean, they hadn't finished breakfast good yesterday. And so it sort of looks like he went in there trying to do it. It doesn't excuse Metcalf's behavior, okay? You can't take a swing at a fan. I get it. But this is what it's going to cost DK Metcalf. He's going to forfeit $555,000 through 2 games. Okay, that's bad. But it voids his future guaranteed money over the next 2 years, which is $45 million. Now, look. Metcalf deserves to get fined. He deserves to get suspended. Does DK Metcalf really deserved to lose $45 million in guaranteed money because this guy knowingly and seemingly planned to go after him on the sideline? This whole thing stinks. The whole thing stinks. And it's a shame because it was a really, really interesting football game. I mean, this thing had a lot of twists and turns to it. You had two teams that were really playing for something significant. I hated to see this on the side, but the whole thing just kind of stunk to me. Metcalf's reaction, but Ryan Kennedy, I don't think he's blameless in this, just from what I've seen and what I've read. First class, second class, no class, brought to you by Supreme Rice and SupremeRice.com. Since the 1930s down in southwest Louisiana, of all of our Supreme Rice grown, milled, and processed. If you're cooking for the holidays, make sure you're cooking with Supreme Rice. You're going to save some money, and you got a lot of different variations: the brown, the long grain, medium grain, jasmine, the parboiled rice, the low glycemic rice for diabetics. All of them available wherever you buy rice. Make it Supreme Rice. Part of the Climate Smart program, reducing methane emissions and promoting water conservation for future generations of Louisiana farmers. Find out more information at the website, SupremeRice.com. Live at Doe's Live at Lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at Lunch.
When it comes to celebrating life, there's no better place than Ruffino's. With locations in Baton Rouge and Lafayette, Ruffino's is a steak, seafood, and Italian-inspired restaurant that focuses on the celebration of life, regardless of the occasion. Whether it's the food they serve or the service they provide, their goal is to ensure a remarkable experience for their guests that is always remembered. To view our menu, visit Ruffino'sRestaurant.com. Ruffino's, where Louisiana comes to celebrate life.
Now, everybody's been to Louis Cafe by campus. Heck, it's been around since over 80 years now. We're still doing delicious omelets like the Mitchell, cheesy grits, big cheesy Lou, and those Louis original Cajun hash browns. We now offer a pickup window. Just call in your order at 346-8221. Give us 15 or 20 minutes. We'll have it ready for you. Our hours are now 6:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., 7 days a week. So next time you visit campus, make it a point to stop by and visit an old friend. Louis Cafe, just outside the north gates of LSU.
This is Charles Hanniger for Total Maintenance. For AC and heating, generators, electricity, plumbing, and more, Total Maintenance is your one-stop sales and service shop for all these needs. One of South Louisiana's oldest and largest AC and heating companies. Since 1980, their slogan has been service today, every day, so no one ever has to go to sleep hot. They're an authorized dealer for Carrier, American Standard, Daikin, and Rheem AC units, for Generac and Cummins generators as well. And now, for all of your electrical and plumbing needs, in Baton Rouge, call 480-1000. In New Orleans, 841-3300. Service today, every day. Total Maintenance.
Baton Rouge, get ready for a fiesta of flavor. Whether you're craving sizzling fajitas, cheesy enchiladas, or the best margaritas in town, Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill have you covered. Bring the family, bring your friends, and bring your appetite. From fresh guacamole to mouth-watering tacos that hit just right, it's not just a dinner, it's a celebration. So why wait? Tonight, make it Las Palmas or make it Rio Cantina, two local favorites serving up authentic Mexican taste right here in Baton Rouge. Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill, where every night's a fiesta.
Go Automotive has a great selection of new cars: Chevy, GMC, Hummer, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. You rather a pre-owned vehicle? Using our resources, we'll help find you any vehicle that you're looking for. Our service department offers VIP service. You never have to come to the dealership. We'll pick up the vehicle at your home or office, drop off a loaner, service the vehicle, and return it when it's done. Mention my name, Jimmy Ott, for VIP pricing. The Chevy Tahoe I drive came from Go Automotive. That's Go Automotive in LaPlace and Plaquemine.
This is Charles Hanniger for Home Bank. If you're tired of the impersonal, one-size-fits-all style of banking, you deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for your businesses and families because they go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business and good for life. Stop by any South Louisiana, Houston, or Natchez area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
Congratulations are in order for one of my favorite places to eat, Snow Seafood and Steaks, celebrating its 50th anniversary. That's right, since 1971, Snow's has been serving a wide assortment of menu items to please everyone. Steaks, seafood, gumbo, homemade soups, salads, specialty cocktails, great wine selection, and oh yes, the best white chocolate bread pudding that you'll find anywhere. It's the total dining experience. Happy 50th anniversary to my friends at Snow's Seafood and Steak, Airline Highway to Highway 74 in Gonzales.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge mobile app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air. Find our app in the Apple or Google Play Store. For direct links, visit 1045ESPN.com. Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference. All in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Doe's Eat Place on Government Street on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
And we're also brought to you by the Morris Insurance Group. They urge you to look again if you've had a hard time getting flood insurance on your coastal properties, your hunting camps, your fishing camps, any coastal properties, or if you've had a hard time with some of your big boy toys, your boats and trailers, motorcycles, RVs, and others, your tractors. Get them insured at the Morris Insurance Group. You can get a free quote, morris-ig.com. Also, auto, homeowners, and commercial insurance available. 225-201-0007, 225-201-0007. That's from my man Buzzy Heidel at the Morris Insurance Group. Again, morris-ig.com. LSU officially announced the entire staff of Lane Kiffin yesterday. No big surprises in there. Of course, you know, we've known a lot of these names for a while. Charlie Weiss is offensive coordinator. Dane Stevens is a quarterbacks coach. Eric Wolford coming over from Kentucky is the O-line coach. Kevin Smith we now know as the running backs coach, also assistant head coach. I like to throw in those titles, a little bit of extra money and then Joe Cox coaching the tight ends. Sawyer Jordan coaching wide receivers along with George McDonald, who's the passing game coordinator. And then on the defensive side, it's almost all the same with Blake Baker coming back, of course, as defensive coordinator. They did name Chris Kiffin as the co-defensive coordinator and linebackers coach. Sterling Lucas coming over from South Carolina on the defensive line. And then, of course, in your secondary, coming back, Corey Raymond in the secondary. So you're in pretty good shape there, I would say. What did you any thoughts on the and Jake Olson is the safeties coach? Any thoughts on the staff now that everything is finalized?
No, not really.
I
mean, kind of what you expected.
You know, from the beginning, I didn't know if the defensive staff would hold because we didn't know.
Surprise Baker went down and interviewed for the job, but didn't want to take it.
And also apparently got maybe a little bit deeper than what we thought at first from the Memphis job too. When that one came open.
I thought he was offered it.
At Tulane, my information is that he.
Why are you interviewing if you're not going to take it if it's offered? That was
maybe
odd.
you're going down there to see what exactly the resources are. Maybe they looked a little bit different, or maybe I do believe listening to him that he wanted to go and explore his options, but also that his young family wanted to avoid another move so quickly, especially if he wants to be a Power 4 coach. Can you get that from being the LSU defensive coordinator? Yes. Can you get it from being a Tulane head coach? Yes. That would necessitate another move. So I think that played a part in it, that he wanted to, stay here. Means that you keep the rest of the staff together on the defensive side. You're going to add Chris Kiffin, but you're going to lose Kyle Williams. And Kyle Williams, I think, did LSU a solid last year, at least as far as I could tell after he was out of high school coaching. He didn't have a whole lot of desire to get into college coaching, but he did it because why? Well, LSU was at a awkward spot in the hiring calendar when Bo Davis went to the Saints. LSU needed somebody on short notice, somebody qualified, somebody that could do the job, step in, and Williams did it. It didn't mean he was signing on for life. It's like, okay, guys, yeah, I'll help you out. Now I'm going to go back and, get on with the next phase of my life. So I never expected, based on what we had heard, that Kyle Williams was going to be a lifer. He may decide 5 years from now he wants to get back in it. 2 years from now, who who knows? But it looks like a pretty solid staff. And for Eric Wolford, the offensive line coach, who's also been at Alabama, that's what's got to get fixed first, is the offensive line, and it's going to be I think a lot different looking next year. With guys that are not currently on the roster, what they're going to do for the bowl game, they're going to have to move some people around. Josh Thompson's not going to be there, obviously, but I will be curious to see what they do as far as the input that any of the guys coming in have had. They've been here, they're kind of in and out. If it looks any different at all, I'm looking for reasons to be interested in this bowl game, because I want to watch it. It's on, but at least on defense, LSU's going to look almost nothing like what they looked in the regular season, and offensively they got to shuffle some people as well. So it's a tough sell, but I will be curious to see what influence, what impact, if any, the new coaches have had in a short period of time here. So that's the latest on. We did LSU basketball. We did LSU football today.
When they're playing that game? Saturday night, late?
Saturday night at 8:15. No post game, by the way.
Willie Fritz, favorite.
3.5.
Most of his kids are playing.
It does appear, they asked us for station predictions this morning. I picked Houston by 4 because it looks like we'll find out when they get to the bowl site, because there hadn't been a whole lot of media availability in either spot. But we'll find out probably Friday. It seems like Houston's going to have more of their frontline personnel than LSU will.
Of course.
By a decent margin. So it is what it is. Be interested to see, how Lane Kiffin, reacts to seeing. This is his first time to be in person and see what kind of hand he's being dealt here with what he's got return. I know he saw him in Oxford.
So how much is he coaching?
None.
Okay.
None. Just sitting in the press box watching it.
Okay.
Unless he's changed his mind, but no, that's what I have. That's what I've ascertained. That's what Kelly did.
Seems like a spot. Would you pick Houston?
I would think so.
Got a really good coach. I got, they're happy to be here. There's he took over an impossible situation. It was a big deal to go 4-8 last year. The bigger deal, I think their win total was 6.5. They won 9. So he's got things going on in the right direction again at his third different school, and they're they want to, this type of a win, no matter what the circumstances are, against a program like LSU can, create some excitement for his boosters. So that's what he's looking for. So he's got a guy like Connor Wegman, he's gotten a lot out of this year, a lot of toughness, a lot more toughness runs, taking on tacklers a lot of times, and we're going to have Van Buren, kind of doing his thing. So between the trenches, we'll have to see. So, but, hey, this is a certainly well-coached team, and Willie Fritz coached right down the street at Tulane, so I think he wants a piece of this one pretty good himself.
I don't think there's any question for sure.
The motivational factor is for sure. So, and Frank, who's coaching this one, is getting ready to go over to Ole Miss.
Yeah.
So after this, is he going into trying to help them coach immediately? Is he doing it now?
I don't think that I don't know if there's room. If all the Ole Miss coaches go back, I think they got a full staff. I'm not sure how much. Not on game day. Maybe some practice stuff. I don't know. Kevin Smith's on his way here to be the full-time coach, but he's going back there to coach the bowl game. There has to be a more reasonable way for these coaches to transition than the way we do it in college football. And I'm not even blaming anybody. It's just you work for who you work for, except in college football, where for a month you have to work for somebody else until you work for who you work for. And I don't think it's the best for the players or the coaches. I wish there were a tweak to the calendar. We'll see after the playoffs get set. Maybe that's coming.
A&M's not happy, the way they looked, even though it was windy conditions, but they're not happy. What was Colin Klein doing? Getting ready for his new job.
Every time you get one of those things, it's going to be if you didn't perform up to par, did you put enough time in? It doesn't always work out the way that it did for Saban when Kirby went to Georgia and they won it anyway, or for Miles when Pelini went to Nebraska and it worked out anyway. Doesn't always work that easy.
Got to get some most credit. Who's talking about things right now is Dan Lanning. Dan Lanning just won a game, and so they're going up against the number 4 seed. They're the 5 seed. They advance. And he said, we shouldn't be going to play in neutral site. We should be going to play in Lubbock. These games should be on campus. So he's talking about
what are we talking about? When it doesn't benefit you, suggesting something that doesn't benefit you.
That's what I'm listening to right now. Here's a guy who's on his way to a neutral site, and if you ask Texas Tech, they would much rather play Oregon in Lubbock. But no, he said we should be going to play him in Lubbock. So interesting. That's the guy I'm listening to right now, trying to get the calendar straight. Don't forget our friends at Go Chevrolet in LaPlace, Go Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Plaquemine. My buddies Lee Carney and Nick Richard doing a great job at the Go Automobile Dealership family. Concierge Service Department, man, talk about impressive, man. Had some things going on with them. Just some electrical work done. Called Lee, and he put me in touch with the service department. Did some some troubleshooting. Gave us a time. Said, look, we need to come in, get it, and bring it in, and they did. So they set up an appointment, came in, got the vehicle, and brought it in. Told me what was wrong after they evaluated stuff. Got the approval to do the work. Did the work. I was able to pay, mobilely. And then my car was brought back to my house with no charge as convenient as possible. So super, super convenient, that concierge service department over at Go Chevrolet. Certified body shop as well. Mention my name, Jimmy Ott, for VIP pricing at both Go Chevrolet in LaPlace and Go Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Plaquemine. So I don't just talk about the vehicles from the Go dealership family. I drive a Chevy Tahoe from Go Chevrolet. Go Chevrolet in LaPlace. Go Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Plaquemine.
Live at Doe's, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
The Grand Bayou Casino, conveniently located off I-10 at exit 139 in Crowstead, offers the latest video poker machines 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Got a great staff at the Grand Bayou Casino. Our inviting staff will greet you with complimentary coffee and sodas as you enjoy listening to the curated tunes in our comfortable seating. Make the trip to the Grand Bayou Casino, where players are welcome. The Grand Bayou Casino, I-10 at the Crowstead exit. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-877-770-STOP. The Grand Bayou Casino.
We're here to examine things that get better with age, like this bottle of Chateau Lafite Rothschild, vintage 1877. Age can make things more valuable, like this Picasso from his Blue Period, 1904. And treasured, like this Roto-Rooter jingle, 1954.
Roto-Rooter jingle?
Just listen to it.
Oh, Roto-Rooter, that's the name.
And away go troubles down the drain.
Roto-Rooter.
A timeless melody.
Roto-Rooter?
The lithe arrangement.
But it's a clog-busting company.
Wrong there. Roto-Rooter has grown into more than a clog-busting company. They're North America's largest full-service plumber and drain cleaner. And when you need Roto-Rooter, remembering this jingle can be priceless.
Roto-Rooter.
For all of your plumbing and drainage solutions, call Roto-Rooter in Baton Rouge at 925-8710. That's 925-8710. Congratulations are in order for one of my favorite places to eat, Snow Seafood and Steaks, celebrating its 50th anniversary. That's right, since 1971, Snow's has been serving a wide assortment of menu items to please everyone. Steaks, seafood, gumbo, homemade soup, salad, specialty cocktails, great wine selection, and oh yes, the best white chocolate bread pudding that you'll find anywhere. It's the total dining experience. Happy 50th anniversary to my friends at Snow Seafood and Steak, Airline Highway at Highway 74 in Gonzales.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors. When it comes to retirement, no two situations are alike, so Coastal Capital Advisors will tailor a plan for your family's needs no matter your age or your financial situation. The bottom line is Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you and build a lifetime relationship. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Age Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
This hour of Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny is brought to you by Dana Brown at the law offices of O.C. Brown, 343-1111 and OCBrown.com. Roto-Rooter for all your plumbing needs, 925-8710. Supreme Rice, grown, milled, processed in Louisiana since 1936. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Tex Morris at Edward Jones Investments on Jefferson Highway, 928-8659. Total Maintenance, your one-stop shop for AC, electrical, generators, and plumbing. Service today, every day for Total Maintenance and Coastal Capital Advisors. Markets evolve. We adapt. The Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny Restaurant Club. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games since 1988. Snow Seafood and Steak for over 50 years on Airline, Highway, and Highway 74 in Gonzales. Dozy Place for hand-cut steaks on Government Street and Mid-City. Louis Cafe, a Baton Rouge landmark since 1941. Just outside the north gates of LSU. Fin Bomb, sushi, burrito, poke, ramen at Burbank and Lee. Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net.
We are here to examine things that get better with age, like this bottle of Chateau Lafite Rothschild, vintage 1877. Age can make things more valuable, like this Picasso from his Blue Period, 1904. And treasured, like this Roto-Rooter jingle, 1954.
Roto-Rooter jingle?
Just listen to it.
Oh, Roto-Rooter, that's the name.
And away go troubles down the drain.
Roto-Rooter.
The timeless melody.
Roto-Rooter?
The lithe arrangement.
But it's a clog-busting company.
Wrong there. Roto-Rooter has grown into more than a clog-busting company. They're North America's largest full-service plumber and drain cleaner. And when you need Roto-Rooter, remembering this jingle can be priceless.
Roto-Rooter.
For all of your plumbing and drainage solutions, call Roto-Rooter in Baton Rouge at 925-8710. That's 925-8710.
Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny from Doe's Eat Place on Government. Uh-oh, they let the big dog out.
Boom! Out of nowhere.
It's time for the big dog, Randy McKay, with his best picks.
Big Dog, how you doing? Merry Christmas to you, sir.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you guys and everybody out there, and hopefully everybody will have a happy holidays and not be home alone, and maybe watch some of them, some of them funny movies on Christmas.
Like Home Alone?
Yes. Hey, what is it? Detroit and Pittsburgh, and that was an interesting. Chicago and Green Bay, of course, Seattle and Los Angeles. But some games, and I guess a big one, man, was Jacksonville going to Denver and just thumping them, and where they just haven't been thumped before. And Trevor Lawrence, I mean, we've talked about him a lot, and I was sitting at sport. I was like, is he breaking through right now, or is this a stretch? So he's, that is one of the more eye-opening victories. I mean, to go into Denver where they are that tough and to put it on them that way.
Yeah, definitely. And, some exciting primetime games there as well, like you talked about. Yeah, that was totally shock to me. I almost gave out Denver last week. Glad I didn't in the 3-0 and decided to pass on that. I thought it might be a tricky spot for the Broncos, the winning, their winning momentum here, and I just didn't feel like playing the streak with them. And Jacksonville's got that offense rolling, and we'll see how they do this week. They got a tricky spot, which we'll get to against, spot against their division rival, and it might be a little tricky spot for them.
All right, who we looking at? Great job again this past Sunday, 3-0 day. So excellent. Chargers, very little resistance by the Dallas Cowboys, taking care of them. So excellent job there. Seattle, you gave to us as a pick 'em. You clearly as a pick 'em. So there you go. You hit that money line. Some of them, the loss at 1.5. And Tennessee, plus 3.5, won the game outright against the Chiefs. And especially when Minshew went down, his replacement was surely kind of a fall off. And it was a routine win by about 20 points or so in Nashville for the Tennessee Titans. Who we're looking at this week?
Yeah, unfortunately, I did break my FCS record there. I ended up 6-1 so far, so did miss on Montana Hunger. But
well, Illinois State was fine.
Yeah. So we got that game coming up as well, so that'll be exciting. But first game here, looking at gonna spare everybody. You can watch your movies here on Christmas Day instead of watching these games. I think gonna spare everybody and not take any picks in these games. Tough to handicap some of these third-string quarterbacks, and so I got third-string quarterbacks probably in every game here. So gonna pass on them. Maybe see some game efforts. We'll see if the spreads rise a little bit on that. So maybe a 14 with the Chiefs wouldn't be such a bad thing, but we'll see. But looking at a primetime game here on Saturday night, with Green Bay minus 2.5. Green Bay used to be, and this used to be an easy game to always take Green Bay in these primetime games. And they've kind of gotten away a little bit on this, but I think they can bounce back here after, fumbling that game away, onside kicking that game away against the Bears. I have more confidence in their team bouncing back than I do this Baltimore outfit. With the quarterback situation there with Lamar Jackson and Huntley, don't know who we're going to get there. And on the other side, I trust the Green Bay situation. Don't know if we're going to get Love or Willis. I think we're going to be okay with either one. So Green Bay minus 2.5 is my first pick.
Okay.
Randy, can I ask you real quick? What about if you don't get either one of those guys? That at least the media report suggests that's an outside possibility that they would have to go with Clayton Tune. What does it do to it?
Yeah, Clayton Tune would kind of be a abort mission if he gets in there. I've seen enough of Clayton Tune in the NFL to not have much confidence in him. So yeah, I got to monitor the injury situation there, and as the way the market's looking, it's looking like it's going to be one of the two guys.
Okay.
1 or 2, but not 3. Got it.
Okay. Cleveland-Pittsburgh game.
Yeah, we're going to go with the ugly dog. I ended up taking Cleveland last week. I probably should have texted it out to you guys, but I ended up taking a 10.5. And they hung in there against Buffalo, and, that was an exciting game there in the cold and snow, and it turned out pretty good. And you got this Pittsburgh coming off this situation with Detroit, crazy game there. I grabbed some 4.5 opener. I still like the price at 3.5. The suspension to Metcalf is kind of a weird deal. We've seen the highlights of that, I'm sure, and you guys probably have talked about it. But Pittsburgh does have veteran wide receivers that can fill in there pretty good. But of course, it's a loss of a key weapon. Pittsburgh as road favorites struggle in this situation, and especially in Cleveland. And this Cleveland defenses have been better at home than they have on the road. And they also, looking to get Myles Garrett this record here for quarterback sacks. I kind of like that as well. You get a Spire defense. Got a statue kind of quarterback in Rodgers. Rodgers has been playing pretty well lately, but I think you can get a couple sacks on him as well. So favor, I could see Pittsburgh winning this game with a late field goal.
What if the result of the of the other game in this division produces where Pittsburgh could have clinched the division by the time they played this game, which would certainly affect this line.
Yeah, that's definitely a very good point. So it's definitely worth betting Cleveland now.
Okay.
Make sure to get down on them some, and then of course it'll probably, if Baltimore does pull off the upset in Green Bay, you'll see the line probably go up and we'll get a little bit more value. So bet it now with anticipation to bet a little bit more at post.
Yeah, because it directly reflects the game. So, I mean, Pittsburgh and Baltimore are scheduled to play the last week. They have a 2-game lead, so they could catch one game. But if they can get a split here, and if Baltimore loses, it's over then. It's over. So, because it would be a 2-game lead going into that last one, and Pittsburgh can sit everybody against Baltimore that last week. But if Baltimore picks up the win that Saturday, if they're on their way to that win, probably bet the Cleveland Browns. Either way. But Pittsburgh is a big incentive there. So Cleveland plus 3.5. So you're saying if Baltimore loses, then Cleveland should get even. She probably get even more points in that one. All right, Indianapolis and Jacksonville here. The Indianapolis Colts plus 6.5 at Jacksonville. You buying this Trevor Lawrence breaking through here? He is putting on a show the last really a great stretch the last 4 games.
Yeah, he sure has. But I'm going to take the Colts here, getting the points. I just figure fear creates value in this spot. You got Jacksonville coming off their home run game. They've been playing really good football, but the whole public has seen this team, dominate Denver. Now they come in against an Indianapolis team, that didn't show much defense on Monday Night Football. Rivers had a good game, but I could see they're still in the playoff hunt here, and you could get it's plus 6.5 now. Could get a plus 7. I would like the Colts here as a home underdog to hang in this game, even make it win. They're still playing for their slim playoff life as well. So, and then Jacksonville's got Houston on the last game as well. So, the thing to look at in some of these games here in the second to last week is, how they play into, like we've mentioned, how they play into the future. This game as well plays into the future as long as and the Seattle Carolina. Initially, I would have liked Carolina in that spot, but that's a sandwich spot. They just played Tampa Bay. Now they play Tampa Bay again in the last week, so don't like Carolina at home there. Otherwise, that would have been a pick there as well. But that's a spot where they don't even hardly need the game. Carolina, it all comes down to the Tampa Bay game if they beat Miami.
Right, unless Carolina could win and Tampa Bay lose, some kind of way.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the only way for them there. Any thoughts on tomorrow or 2 days on Thursday's Christmas triple header?
Any thoughts about it?
Yep.
Yeah, just it's a tough handicap because you're going to get third stringer and Johnson, journeyman, with Washington. And Washington got blown out in that first meeting. You could see them being game against this Dallas team. You got Brosmer. What are you expecting here with the Vikings? That's a scary thing. He didn't play that bad when he came against the Giants. At least he held on for the win. Looked bad against Seattle's defense, but can't blame him for that one, especially off this Detroit team who isn't showing much defense lately. So that could be a scary game as well. And then this Denver-Kansas City game, you never see a spread like that against these two teams. But, like we've talked about too, this tire on this Kansas City Chiefs team kind of is fully worn out. And we saw that last week.
Yeah. All right, big dog. We appreciate it, man. We will be talking to you or maybe communicating with you on Sunday. So we got that down. Green Bay minus 2.5, Cleveland plus 3.5, and the Colts at home catching 6.5 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. So what you got? You got Illinois State again this week, or is that next week?
Yeah, that won't be to the 5th. The 5th is on a Monday night game, where the Monday night game spot was supposed to be an NFL game, but of course they don't play that last Monday night game. So definitely looking at Illinois State getting up to 10 points here. So might be a pretty good spot. It'll be a pretty good game as well.
Yeah, and they're going to play on Monday. What?
January 5th.
January 5th. January 5th. We don't want to miss that one, man. Redbirds have been good to us, man. They've been good to us.
That's right.
Yes, indeed. Well, Randy, put a couple of extra stocking stuffers up there, man. Throw out some extra tickets that you got for some of your loved ones for the holiday season, brother. Do it good. We got to take the rest of the week off, and we will talk to you next week.
Sounds good. Ho, ho, everybody, and have a good holiday.
Merry Christmas, Randy. We appreciate it.
All right, big dog.
Here at Doe's Eat Place, again, Christmas hours, they'll be open until 6:30 tomorrow night on Christmas Eve. Then closed on Christmas Day, reopening on Friday afternoon at 4 o'clock. So skipping lunch on Friday, come back at 4 o'clock. We're back to wrap it up here, live at lunch. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
With all of the financial headlines, are you worried if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. If you have more questions and answers about what's next, let's...
Whenever you're ready.
Ready to go.
Okay. This is Charles Hannigrove. Join me and Jimmy Ott for the next edition of Live at Lunch from Big Mike's in Denham Springs, the Monday after Christmas. We hope everybody enjoys the holiday, and we'll be back with you on Monday. Live at Lunch, 11 a.m. from Big Mike's on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Caesars Sportsbook is the only sportsbook app with Caesars Rewards. Bet on gridiron action and earn perks on every game like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code RADIO20X and place your first bet of $1 or more for a chance to double your winnings on your next 20 bets. Open to new users in Louisiana who are 21 or older. Licensed through Horseshoe Bossier City and Caesars New Orleans. Max bet of $25 for boosted winnings. Max additional winnings, $2,500 per bet. Profit boost tokens expire 14 days after receipt. If you're someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Have you been arrested or even issued a traffic ticket? Everyone makes mistakes. Hi, I'm Dana Brown from the law offices of O.C. Brown. If you find yourself in an unfortunate situation with the law, call us today, and we can help you resolve your problem, whether it's just a traffic matter or something more serious. No criminal matter is too big or too small for us to aggressively and effectively represent you. Before making any decisions, call us at 225-343-1111 for your free consultation. You can also visit us at ocbrown.com. The law offices of O.C. Brown, your law firm for a lifetime.
Running a business can be difficult enough without the right relationship with your bank. With United Community Bank's local business bankers, you're not just a number, you're a partner. Contact Heath Meir, Nicole Glover, Hunter Creed, David Campbell, or David Henry to discuss how we can help your business today. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Locations from Baton Rouge to Golden Meadow. We've been serving the people of Southern Louisiana for over 60 years. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors. When it comes to retirement, no two situations are alike, so Coastal Capital Advisors will tailor a plan for your family's needs no matter your age or your financial situation. The bottom line is Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you and build a lifetime relationship. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Age Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
By now, you know that we do our show every other Tuesday at the Crowntown Room at Doe's Eat Place. The Crowntown Room is ideal for larger groups, or if you just want to watch the game on one of our 3 large TVs. The tamales are the most popular appetizer, but don't forget the seared tuna with the sriracha glaze. For the perfect blend of sweet and spicy, you can't go wrong also with the flash-fried oysters or the shrimp. The porterhouse is the perfect steak to share. Strip on one side, filet on the other, prepared at different temps if you like, bone in to maximize flavor. Doe's Eat Place on Government Street, just off Acadian in the heart of Mid-City.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge mobile app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air. Find our app in the Apple or Google Play Store. For direct links, visit 1045ESPN.com. Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference, all in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Doe's Eat Place on Government Street on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Here at Doe's, wrapping up again. We'll be off the next 3 days for the Christmas break. We'll be back for pregame on Friday. Excuse me, Saturday. I'll get my day straight here. 3:15 for pregame. No postgame. Network postgame only on Saturday due to the late hour, and then we'll be back on Sunday morning from Caesars Sportsbook in New Orleans for football Sunday starting at 10 a.m. 3 games today, Jimmy. We're starting here in about 5 minutes. Toledo and Louisville and Boca Raton. Western Kentucky Southern Miss from New Orleans from the Dome at 4:30 today, and UNLV in Ohio, the late game. That's in Frisco, Texas at the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl. You like some dogs today?
Yeah, I like Toledo plus a 12.5. That game is getting ready to kick off.
Line's jumped a little bit, huh?
Yeah, it's gone from about 8.5 to 12.5. That's inviting, so we'll take the extra points there. And going to take the actual favorite in the second game, laying 2 points, Southern Miss, shifting over to a favorite against Western Kentucky. So certainly an easy trip to New Orleans, the one that they've done many a times to go see some teams play. My favorite play tonight, though, is Ohio, the Bobcats, catching 6.5 against the UNLV Running Rebels.
Again, Doe's closed tomorrow starting at 6:30 through 4 o'clock on Friday for the Christmas break. Everybody, have a wonderful holiday, and we'll see you back on Football Sunday. For Jimmy Ott, I'm Charles Hanniger saying thank you and good afternoon. Stay tuned for Hunt Palmer on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All right, y'all.